Good morning. Good morning. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. Hope you're ready to get this day started. Hope you're ready. Hope you had a good day yesterday. Hope you had a good weekend. I know I am. Hope you're ready. If you missed the show yesterday's show was really good. Yesterday's show was really good. We talked about living purpose and not perfection. Your perfection lives inside what we call our purpose. So if you just start walking in your purpose, your perfection is going to come. But if you don't start because you're waiting for perfection, you will never walk in your purpose. Live in the purpose, not in perfection. Perfection lives inside what we are called to do, and that is named purpose. Yesterday's show was really good. So make sure you go check it out. If you missed it, good morning. Please make sure you share the show because sharing is caring. If your friends and family do not have Facebook, send them over to the YouTube channel. They can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. Good morning. I was trying to share the show. That's what I was trying to do. So let's try that one more time. Good morning. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show. My name is Yamitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? I don't know why I sing that part. I don't know. It makes me feel good. And I love to sing. So even though I can't hold a tune in a bucket, that's besides the point. I like to sing. Something bit me, y'all. So if you had a good day yesterday, let's get this morning started. Let's go right into, y'all, I don't know where I found this quote, but it is on my desk because it is a reminder for me. And I have somebody's name on it. It's just my handwriting is so bad. I don't know whose name it is. So there's that part. All right, so the quote today, I got to clear my throat so y'all can hear this. Don't count a no you've never received. Don't count a no you've never received. Is that not good? Don't count a no you never received. Some of us assume that we're going to get told no before we even start. Some of us assume it's not going to work before we even start. Some of us are determined that it's never going to work. We're never going to have the answers. Just never, ever, ever, ever. Period. So don't count a no you've never received. You are counting something that has never happened. Like you stressing over stuff that ain't never happened. You worried about things that ain't never happened. It is the thoughts that get there first, right? So on this wonderful day, don't count a no you never received. Can you just try first before you assume you'll get a no? And that is for me because I've done that plenty of times. Not ask the question or not work towards something because I assumed I was going to be told no anyway. So don't count that no, sister. Go find the answer. Go figure that part out. Just go do that first. And then when you do that part, then you can say whether yes, it worked or no, it did not. Until such time, you absolutely cannot count a no you never received. Can we count a yes? And as a kid, you didn't count a no, you just went and asked. And so I've adopted that mindset. All they can tell me is no, but if I don't go ask, I will never know. So go ask. So I love that quote. I don't know whose it is. I can't even read my own handwriting. Looks like Kinsley, Nicely. I have no idea. All right, so let's go right into the Fearless Thought of the Day. So yesterday we talked about me and living in purpose and how where we live to live in purpose and not perfection, and I was stuck in perfection. And this has been sitting on my desk all day, Saturday and Sunday, and no, on Sunday, and I kept looking at it, and it wasn't until 12 o'clock that it hit me that I was sitting here looking for perfection. That's what I was looking for. That's why I wasn't doing anything. And then when it hit me that if I live in perfection, I'm never going to walk in my purpose. That if I just focus on my purpose and what I'm supposed to do, then that's going to help it. Yeah, I was absolutely so productive from 12 midnight to 2 a.m. It was unreal, the things that I accomplished, because if I live in the perfection of things, I'm never going to do the things, because it's never going to be perfect enough. It's never going to look right. It's never going to sound right. It's never going to be anything. And so if I live in my purpose, then that is going to be perfection. That the mere fact that I'm walking in it. And if you don't like the word purpose, use whatever other word. But the mere fact that you're walking in it makes it perfection. Live in purpose, not perfection. Perfection lives inside what we are called to do, and that is named purpose. So that was yesterday. And today, quote of the day, don't count a no you've never received. Good morning, Leah. Don't count a no you've never received. Okay? Don't count it. You ain't got no business thinking about it. So don't count a no you've never received. So today, the Phyllis thought of the day, y'all, is my hot pink story. So this is for those who have never read my book. And if you want to read it, there they go right up here. You can grab them off Amazon, or you can get them, go to livepastcrazy.com, and under shops, you can grab your copy of the book. 2 books, 1 and 2. And they are there. So if you go to Amazon and you type in my name, you will see the books. So in one of them, and I'm telling this story because sometimes, and I think it goes perfectly with this quote, don't count a no you've never received. So, well, it kind of go hand, because I got some no's, but then I worked around. So here's my hot pink story. And I'm going to give y'all the abbreviated version so you know I'm a survivor of domestic violence. Okay, so I desperately needed an attorney to represent me. Like, I needed, because I couldn't do it by myself. I was like, I need an attorney. And so what I did was I went and found an attorney to try to help me. And I told them everything. I was like, hey, can you help me? And not one attorney would help me. No one. Everybody said, oh, no, we're not going to take that case. No, I'm sorry. We wish you luck. Nobody referred me to anybody. Nobody said, well, you can go here. Not one attorney would help me, right? Not one. And I was devastated. So the reason I was going to court is because I was getting my restraining order. I was trying to get my restraining order extended because it had been a year. And you go back after your first year, you go back to the courts to have them reinstated, because after a year, your domestic violence restraining order ends, right? And everything that was on it, it goes away after 1 year. And so I was at my 1 year mark, could not find an attorney in all of Raleigh, Durham, Cary area. Nobody wanted to help me. And especially, there was not one I could afford. So I was having to find an attorney who was willing to take a payment plan first. Hey, who could take a payment plan on me making $12.26 an hour? So I couldn't find one. And then one day it hit me at work. And this is where one of my quotes came into play right here. This is by John Wooten. It says, do not let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. And I was like, but what does that mean? What does that mean? And it was like, JoJo, if you focus on what you can do, everything else will take care of itself. And in my mind, I'm a very metaphoric person. In my mind, this is how it played out. JoJo, you know how you sweep a room? Yes. you start with the corners and sweep everything in the center of the pile. Yeah, you take care of the corners. I'm going to take care of everything else in the center. I was like, what? Take care of what you know to do, and I will take care of the rest. I was like, oh, okay. Well, what do I know to do? I'm not an attorney, y'all. And so this is what happened. I decided, since I'm not an attorney, and the quote says, do not let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. And this is how y'all, real simple things that help me get through this stuff. JoJo, you have 2 college degrees. Yeah, you majored in English and business. That's right. So are you slow? No, you're not slow. Can you read? Yes, you can read. Then JoJo, half of your battle is won. And I'm having this conversation with myself. So what do you mean half the battle is won? Boo, if you can read, then half your battle is won. What you need, and you have the internet at your disposal. So what you need to do is learn the laws of domestic violence, and you learn how to present this case yourself. And I was like, no. Then the quote kept coming back. Do not let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. And here's the vision again. I take care of the corners. You sweep up the corners. I'm going to take care of the center part. And y'all, I have applied this to everything in life. Again, if I focus on what I can do, everything else will take care of itself. And it worked out that way. And so I was working at IBM at the time. So every day, if y'all don't know, I'm a fast typer. I got you for a good 98 words a minute. 99. If I'm mad, I got you for more than that. My friends tell me I kill my keyboards. And so I would get my work done early at work. And I was a case manager at IBM. And so I would do all the cases early in the morning. And then I would spend the rest of my day researching the laws of North Carolina. Researching the laws of domestic violence. I would research what to do. I went to the library on Saturdays and even after work and all day on Saturday. And I would go to the law section and read the law books on how to present cases. And that's what I did. So let me take you to my first day in court. My very first day in court, facing my abuser, because the first time I had to take out a restraining order. Y'all, when I went in there, I'm not going to tell you a whole story because you're going to have to go read the book. I was so scared to go into the courtroom, right? I was petrified. The lady, the sheriff, the deputy that was with me, I went to her office and crying. I was like, I can't go in there because he's going to kill me. And she was like, girl, I'm a big black woman with a gun. He ain't going to kill nobody. And I was like, but no, you don't understand. He's going to kill you. Let me tell you how much of a hot mess I was the first time I went to court. She physically carried me to the stand. Like I couldn't walk. My legs would not walk. And then when I get to the stand, I can't even talk because I was hysterical crying because I just knew he was going to walk in that door any minute now and kill me. And you couldn't tell me any different. I believed that with my whole soul. And so the judge, bless his heart, sat down beside me and let me whisper in his ear what happened. And I was a hot mess that first time in court. So here we are a year later. I got to get the restraining order renewed. I had to do all of that. And so I'm like, oh, is it? Okay, thank you. Alicia says my video is skipping. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. All right, hopefully that'll take care of it. So here we are a year later, and I have done all the things that I've listened to the quote, don't let what you cannot do interfere with. I'm sweeping the corners. I figured out I can read. So I've learned all the things. Y'all, let me tell you. So this is my hot pink story. The day a court comes, boost me up. That's going to make me feel better. So I go into Goodwill and I find exactly what I'm looking for. And the day a court comes. Now, my mother comes this day, and my stepfather, and they come to court with me. And y'all, I come to court and I have my satchel. Y'all, I have made copies. I have done all the things. And then when my case is called, and they said, are all the parties present? Yes, sir. I'm still scared, but I'm not as scared. I got a little gumption now. I got a little about me. And y'all, I stand up and I walk up to the front of the courtroom, and I have on the hottest, pinkest suit you could ever imagine. Now, if anybody knows me, hot pink, anything is not my color. I don't like anything pink. But when I tell you I walked in there with a two-piece hot pink suit, it was double-breasted, buttons going down the side, and some matching hot pink shoes. I was not playing. I needed something so far outside of my comfort zone to help me with my mindset to get through this. That's the color I was going for, because if any of y'all know me, pink is nowhere in my color scheme of anything. I'm a blue, black, brown kind of person. And so here I am, and I have on pink lipstick. Y'all, hot pink to death. Hot pink was everywhere. And so when my case is called, my abuser is there. And so I walk up to the table in my hot pink suit, and you could not tell me I was not an attorney. You couldn't tell me, honey. That's what you wouldn't get ready to do. You wouldn't get ready to tell me I wasn't an attorney. Hot pink. I even had hot pink earrings on. Hot pink to death. And I hate pink. And so I get up there with my hot pink suit on, and my abuser sitting there. And this time I'm not crying. I'm scared. Please understand, I'm scared, but I'm not a quivering hot mess like I was the first time. And the judge says, well, Miss Waddell, tell me why we're here today. I understand you want to renew your restraining order. Yes, sir, I do. And I'm standing behind the table. I'm not even up there sitting beside him this time. I'm at the table. And he was like, well, tell me why. And y'all, I don't want to give everything away, because you're going to have to go buy the book. Buy book 2. Well, buy both of them, because you ain't going to understand book 2 without book 1. Fearless Woman Born to Give Thanks and Transition to Freedom. So the judge says, okay, show me what you got. Tell me your story. I said, Judge, not a problem. Y'all, I open up that briefcase. I got to laugh at myself. I open up my briefcase, and I have prepared everything, all the exhibits. I've had a whole 6 months to study the law of North Carolina. I have had the whole 6 months to understand what it's like to be an attorney. I have learned the language. I have learned everything. I have read the law books. I have done it all. And so when the bailiff comes, the judge is like, what? And I have a packet for the judge, y'all. I go out and I hand it to the bailiff. And the judge looked at, he was like, oh, okay, well, let Mr. So-and-so look at this. I said, no worries. I got him a copy. And y'all, I soldered my little hot pink self right over to his table and slapped him a copy down on his table. You could not tell me nothing in that hot pink suit. You could not tell me a word in my hot pink suit. I don't like pink. I never will ever probably wear it again, but it was like a little t-shirt. But on that day, I had a hot pink suit, double-breasted, with the skirt and the shoes and the lipstick and the pink earrings. And honey, I worked that thing right on out. You hear me? I ain't going to tell you the rest of the story, because I want you to get the book so you can get the full story. And y'all, that was me living out a quote, don't let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. I knew I could read. 1, you're not dumb. Number 2, you did graduate with 2 degrees. Yes, you did. So I got it down to the basics. Jojo, if you can read, you may not be an attorney, but can you read? Yeah. Then read the law for yourself and figure it out for yourself. And that's exactly what I did. And so, which brings us to the quote of the day. Don't count a no you've never received. I had some no's, okay? But I was getting ready to tell myself, no, Jojo, you couldn't do that. And that wasn't fair for me to tell myself no when I never even tried. So why are you counting a no you've never received? Try it. Do it. But did you die, though? You didn't. Let's break it down to the simplest of simplest. You're smart. you can read. If you can read, 95% of your battle is already won. Period. I'm a firm believer. If you can read, we can break it down so that you can understand it. And today I want to encourage you to develop your own color story. Develop your own. Mine is the hot pink story. And you don't have to, your story don't have to be like mine, honey, because y'all know when I tell y'all I thought I was an attorney in that courtroom in my hot pink suit. Ma'am, you can sit down. That's okay, Your Honor. I didn't even want to sit down. I wanted to stand up. I was feeling myself in that hot pink suit. You hear me? But I represented myself, and I won the case, and I got the restraining order that I was looking for. Do not count a no you never received. Don't tell yourself something that you've never tried. Don't tell yourself you can't do something and you never tried to do it. You never tried the thing. Which goes back to the quote yesterday. Live in purpose and not perfection. And you may be telling yourself, no, you can't do it because you're living in the perfection of it. You want it to be so perfect. Y'all, I was not perfect when I went in there to represent myself at all. I was nervous. I was scared. All I knew was the books I had read. Now, you ask me anything about domestic violence law for the state of North Carolina, I got you. I learned that like the back of my hand. And you couldn't tell me I wasn't an attorney that day. That day, I was absolutely an attorney. Period. Yamitra Waddell, Esquire. I was. But don't count a no that you never received. Don't tell yourself you can't do something if you never tried to do it. I'm not saying you won't be scared. I'm not saying you won't feel overwhelmed. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying don't tell yourself it's not going to happen or it can't be and you never tried. And don't get caught living in the perfection of it instead of doing it. Some of us are living in the perfection and not in our purpose. And we're waiting for everything just to be just right so that we can do what we need to do. It needs to be just so, then I can go and move. And boo, sometimes the stars and the sun, they're not going to line up correctly. And you're never going to have the perfect moment. Now is the perfect moment. We talked about that. When is going to be the right time? Today is the right time. Develop your own color story. Your story ain't got to be mine. It ain't got to be hot pink. It ain't got to be representing yourself in court. It ain't got to be none of that. Your color story could be, you do not accept the no. You're not accepting that, period. You're not counting a no you never received. You're not thinking about what's hindering you. You're moving forward instead. You're sweeping the corners and everything else will take care of itself. Don't let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. If you're a basketball fan, you know that's John Wooten. Don't let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. JoJo, focus on what you can do today. Everything else, let me tell you, and that's what happened. I knew nothing about the law, but what I focused on was JoJo reading the law books. Go and sacrifice your Saturday and go sit in the law library. You do work at Duke University. At IBM. I was working at IBM at the time. You have the internet readily available. You live in Raleigh, which is the capital of North Carolina. All these libraries are free. I went right to the law section and I read everything I could get my hands on about domestic violence. And at the expense of IBM, I printed everything out too. And I made copies. But I focused on what I could do. And I did not let what I could not do interfere with what I was currently doing. It didn't matter. I ain't never represented myself in court. That didn't come. Every once in a while I thought like, JoJo, what the hell are you doing? Oh my God, are you really doing this? This is what I say, JoJo, don't focus on that. Focus on, you need to learn this because regardless, you need to know your rights. You need to know the law. And that's what I focused on. So don't let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. And what I could do at that moment was learn the law. That's what I did. I couldn't find an attorney to help me learn. They went to school, you went to school. They can read, you can read. Simple. I want everything to be bare, basic, simple. And that's what I did. I ain't no different. I ain't no special. Because I was refusing to accept that this was it. I refused. Because if I had survived death 4 times, you mean to tell me I'm going to allow this thing, this here, this piece of paper, and I can read and figure it out, I'm going to allow this to stop me? And y'all, we got to get it that simple. So I want you to develop your color story today. Whatever it is, and you know, you don't have to be hot pink. I just chose hot pink because it was so far out of my color scheme. Because everything I own is blue, black, and brown. Everything. Period. I had no color. And I splurged and went to Goodwill and bought that hot pink suit with the matching shoes. Yes, I did. With the pink lipstick. I ain't ashamed. I went right over to CVS and got me some pink lipstick. And I probably looked a hot mess in that pink lipstick, but that's okay too. And I stepped outside of my comfort zone. I focused on what I could do only. I was in my circle of influence. I wasn't outside in my circle of concern. I knew that this could not be it. I was walking in purpose and not in perfection. I was just doing the thing. I was just walking in it, period. So on this wonderful day, develop your color story. Pick your favorite color, whatever it may be. If it's blue, mine is navy blue. Pick your color today, okay? And allow that color to represent the one thing that you're going to achieve today. It doesn't have to be grandiose. It can be, this is the color for today. And on today, I'm going to achieve this thing because it's simple for you to achieve it. Focus on what you cannot, what you can do. Period. That's all we focusing on. Walk in that part. And put that color on, honey, and work your tail off in it today. Put on your red. We got the Fearless Woman t-shirts. Can y'all see that? Fearless Woman. Put on your red shirt today. Pick you a color, fellas, if gentlemen are listening. Pick you a color today and do that thing. Do that one thing that you assume that you could not do and wear that color with pride. Y'all know I'm a Tar Heel fan. When I'm feeling funky and I got some things to do and I don't want to do it, I put that Tar Heel shirt on and go Tar Heels, and I accomplish that thing. Pick your color today. Don't count a no you've never received. You don't know that it's not going to work. You haven't tried. You don't know they're going to tell you no. You never asked. You don't know. Don't tell me, but JoJo, I know. No, you don't. You don't know. You have no idea. So you can't tell me with certainty what they're going to say. You can't tell me with certainty what the outcome is going to be because you have never tried. You owe that to yourself. You don't even owe it. You owe that to yourself. Forget mom and them. Forget anybody else. You owe that to yourself. You ain't even tried. How you gonna tell me it don't work? You don't know. It ain't ever gonna work when you ain't. Don't. We not counting no's we ain't ever received. You ain't told me. They ain't told me no yet, so that don't count. Simple, right? Like a kid. They gonna come ask you. They may. They may already know you gonna say no, but they gonna ask you anyway because the only thing you can do is tell them no. My kids will ask me knowing what my answer gonna be. It don't stop them from asking. Because on the off chance that I say yes, they betting on that. And here you are counting all of your no's that you've never received. So on this wonderful day, I want you to have your own color story today. Pick your color today. Ladies, pick you a lipstick today. Even if, here's the thing, it doesn't matter that we're sitting in the house. What that got to do with anything? Honey, this is for you to feel how you need to feel to accomplish what you need to accomplish. Put on that lipstick. Wear that shirt. Pick your favorite color, your favorite shirt. Put on some lipsticks and some earrings. And you do that thing. Develop your color story today. Everyone needs one. I don't care what it is that you want to achieve. Put on your favorite blue shirt and send that email. You never know until you do it. Put on your favorite color and do the work. You never know until you do it. Develop your own color story. Mine just happened to be hot pink. I don't like pink, and I don't even know what happened. When I moved, I think I gave that suit away. But it served its purpose. And I kept it for a long time as a reminder that even, JoJo, when you don't know what to do, even when you don't understand how to go about doing it, even when you can't even comprehend that it's about to happen, you still gotta try, boo. And in that hot pink suit, you didn't know a thing, but you learned it. You figured it out, and then you walked it out. When you swept the corners, the center took care of itself. That's what that suit, that's what pink means for me. That's what that hot pink suit represented for me. I am not an attorney. Did I go on eventually and apply to law school? Absolutely. I got to tell y'all that story. Yes, I went on and I applied to law school years, like maybe 12, 13 years after the fact. I applied to law school. And the judge then, the judge where I represented myself was like, have you been to law school? No, sir, but he was like, you'd make a damn good lawyer. Thank you. Thank you. Hot pink suit helped me do that, honey. It gave me some gumption. And I knew some of us need something that's going to trigger us to put us outside of our comfort zone. And for me, it just happened to be hot pink. Y'all, listen. We are all that the greatest of men have had. 2 hands, 2 eyes, 2 feet. We're all the same. It is what you choose to do with what you have that makes us different. I knew nothing about the law, but I could read. Period. I knew nothing about being an attorney, but honey, you couldn't tell me I wasn't one that day. Don't count a no you never received. Don't count yourself out and you haven't even tried on yourself yet. You haven't even done that yet. Period. So on this wonderful day, don't count a no you never received, which goes back to yesterday's quote, live in purpose, not perfection. Perfection lives inside what we're called to do, and that is named purpose. So as long as you're walking out in your purpose, that is the perfection of it. But if you're stuck on the perfection part of it, you will never walk in your purpose. So focus on walking in the purpose. Focus walking in your faith. Whatever words you want to use other than purpose, walk that out right there. And then develop you a color story. Whatever your favorite color is, put that lipstick on today, okay? Fellas, put on your favorite shirt, your favorite shoes, and do that thing. Do the thing that you've been putting off because you counted a no that you never received. Don't count that. It doesn't matter. You've never tried. That's all that matters. But did you try though? I would tell my kid, that mommy, it ain't gonna work, but did you try? And y'all, I'm hard-headed. People can tell. If you my friend, you know my head is hard as a darn brick wall. I'm not ashamed. Because, and I got this mentality because my abuser used to tell me what I could and could not do all the time. And so now I was already headstrong. This multiplied it times 1,000. You can tell me you tried to move something and it didn't fit. Or you can look at it and say, JoJo, that's not going to fit. I refuse to accept your limitations as my own. You not fixing to tell me what something going to work and you ain't even trying. You going to convince me that it ain't going to work and I ain't seen you see if it's going to work. But you going to tell me in your professional opinion it ain't going to work? Nope. Hard-headed JoJo. Sir, excuse me. I need to see you physically do that thing to tell me it ain't going to work. Because what I'm not going to do is accept your limitations for my thinking. That ain't fixing to work. It don't work for me. And I apply that to everything, everywhere, with everybody. Period. JoJo, it ain't going to work. Why? Okay, thank you. I accept your good counsel. Let me go try this for myself. Let me figure this out for myself. Don't let what I cannot do interfere with what I can do. You may be accepting a no. I ain't. I'm not accepting that no till I hear it for myself. Nope. And I'm not taking your limitations as my own. You can forget that. I'm good in country North Carolina. And I'm about as hard-headed, honey, as they come. I'm a Waddell and a Twitty mix. And I make for a hard head. And there have been plenty of times where what people have said has absolutely been true. It didn't work. But what I was not accepting was their limitations of it. I had to see it and learn it for myself. Yep, I've done that. Hard-headed. And then there have been times when their limitations was their limitations and it was not mine. And y'all, it was hard. Y'all know what? It was hard in the beginning, like when I first started doing that, and then it would work my way. It was hard for JoJo not to see. I told you so. Had to listen to me the first time. It was hard, because that's what I used to say. I've grown a whole lot since then. So now when things work, because I've challenged somebody else's no, because they accept and they know, I ain't accepting that. And it worked. I simply say, thank you for trying. I greatly appreciate all the effort that you put into this. How may I serve you? How may I be a help to you? I am not accepting your limitations. I'm not. It may not work for you, and it may not work for me, but I need to figure that out for myself. And some of us, we are counting a no we've never received. We are assuming because somebody else tried it that it's not going to work. Well, you don't know. You don't know that. If you don't put on your favorite color and go work that thing out today, girl, man, please, nope. Go put on you some lipstick. Fellas, brush your hair, brush your teeth, put on some cologne, put on your favorite shirt, and go do that thing. Don't accept no one else's limitations of life, period. Now, I felt some type of way about that because we're not accepting those things. Develop your own color story today. So I hope this has helped somebody, period. I hope this has helped you. If it has, please let me know so I know that I'm not talking to myself. Today, the fearless quote of the day: don't count a no you've never received. I don't know whose quote that is because I can't read my handwriting. So there's that. So, but don't count a no you've never received. Focus on what you can do, not on what you cannot do. Period. Put on that color that is so far outside of your comfort zone, or pick your favorite color, whatever thing that gives you confidence. Pick that thing and allow that to be your springboard for today, for your decision making, for the thing that you want to accomplish, for the thing that you want to do. Honey, go buy your hot pink. Let me tell you, I probably, and I don't know, my mama and them never tell me, because I didn't even ask anybody. You know how women, we put on outfits like, how do I look? I didn't care, honey. I felt like $1 million in that hot pink suit with my matching shoes, lipstick, and everything was pink. I felt like $1 million. And we're not counting a no I've never received. So on this wonderful day, I want you guys to have an amazing day. I want to hear some color stories by the end of the week. Can y'all share those with me? You don't have to share them here. You can send it to me in message. I would love to hear somebody's color story by the end of the week. What color are you going to put on today that's going to push you to do the thing that you need to do? Period. Put on that lipstick, boo. Comb your hair. Put them earrings on. Square up them shoulders. Honey, and do that thing. You can do it. You absolutely can, because you're walking in your purpose. We're not worried about perfection. You're walking in your faith. You're walking in your dream. You're walking in the thing that you'll sit here to do. You're walking in that. The perfection sits inside of the purpose. So you got to start. And maybe today you start with your favorite color. Whether it's blue, red, orange, honey, even if it's hot pink, pick your color today and walk in it. So I just want to share my story with y'all. If you want to know all the good details, I gave y'all the highlights. Go to Amazon.com or go to livepastcrazy.com, and under the shop, both of the books, Fearless Woman, Born to Give Thanks, and Transition to Freedom. You can read both of the books. I promise you can probably knock them out in a day and a half, because they're easy reads. If you just get book one, I'm going to leave you hanging, and then you're going to have to get book two, so you might as well get both of them together. So, all right, guys, I hope this has helped somebody. Please go be colorful today. Go be amazing today. Don't count that no you've never received. Don't count it. Sweep the corners. The center will take care of itself, okay? You sweep the corners. That means you take care of what you can take care of, and everything else will work itself out. I promise. That's how life works. I think that's my opinion, that's the law of the land. If you focus on what you can do, everything else takes care of itself. I promise it will. And when I have looked back, everything that I've set out to do that I did not know or did not understand, when I just took the time to focus on, I can't worry about that. JoJo, Just do this because this is what you can worry about. Y'all, everything that I needed. Like with my car, that red neon where the front wheel kept falling off if I went over 40 miles an hour that only have $3 worth of gas. When that car died, I was already with the organization that helped you get cars. It was like, you can save up $500. And I was like, Lord, if I take $500 out my check, I ain't going to be able to eat for the next 2 weeks. And guess what? Somehow, some way, I got extra in my box from the mosque that week. I got extra food that week that made a way so I could take that $500 and get a car, brand new car for me and my girls. I was never without a vehicle. I didn't have to depend on anybody. When you focus on what you can do, everything else falls into place. I promise. That is the law of the land, and I have seen it. It has worked for me for 16 years now. It has been working. I did not count a no that I have not yet received. I promise that's how it's going to work. You focus on your corners. Focus on what you can achieve. Everything else falls into place. From my kids to the jobs to having money to do things. Everything, I have not lacked the fundamentals of things. Yeah, the lights was cut off. The water was cut off. Those things, yeah, life happened. But the basic fundamental of my journey, it never changed. We've been steadily moving forward for 16 years now. Pick your color. Walk in it today. Throw that lipstick on. Fellas, put on that good smelling cologne. Brush your hair. Stand up straight. Do that thing. Don't count that no yet. I promise life is going to make sure that it falls into place so that you can achieve what you need to achieve. So I hope this has helped somebody today, guys. Please make sure you share the show because sharing is caring. If your friends and family don't have Facebook, send them over to the YouTube channel. They can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. I want you to be peaceful, period, because there's absolutely nothing after that. And I would love to hear y'all color story by the end of the week if you care to share. And remember for today, don't count a no you've never received. You haven't tried, so that no don't count. So go try today. All right, guys, have an amazing day, and I'll see you here bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a good one.